Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy. Am I supposed to say something else? Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Here we go. I'm Barbara Heinzelman, and I'm doing music, and this is...
I'm Solo Stanley, and I hold percussion for my sweetie here, Barbara.
I'm Dr. Ernestine Garcia, and I'll be doing the readings today.
My name's Anthony Pritchard, and I'm the broadcast moderator.
So we invite you to, if you shop on Amazon, am I opening prayer? I'm sorry. I'm just completely flummoxed right now. Let me take a deep breath. Whew. So I just invite you to just open to the presence of the one power, the one mind, the one life, the one being that is all there is, that is in, as, and through everything. And I know that that spirit, that power, that presence is with us today as this service unfolds, and it unfolds in ease and grace and effortlessness. And I know that everybody says what needs to be said and hears what needs to be heard. And so in absolute gratitude, I just bless this service today. I release it, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So we have Barbara and Sal, and they're ready to rock out.
Yes, we are. You know, today we're talking about it's easy 1, 2, 3, but you know, if you just relax and let go, release and surrender.
Then it's 1, 2, 3.
It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're there. So here's a song by Karen Drucker. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's so clear that I'm blessed, I am loved, I am saved. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. Every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am saved. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well.
That was great.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like you can do your business.
Okay. So if you shop on Amazon and you haven't already picked a nonprofit agency to support, you go to smile.amazon.com and select Center for Spiritual North Metro as your charity, then when you shop, we'll get paid. And I forgot to bring my announcements down. Okay, check out our website, CSL. I didn't bring the mission statement with me either.
It's okay. It's one of those days.
Oh, okay, where am I? Check out the website, cslnorthmetro.org. And the blogs that Reverend Michael does are out there. The links are out there for the service. The affirmations and the prayers are there. And then there's a lot of good stuff out there, so go check it out.
A bug in my nose.
This is going to be that kind of day, I guess. I think.
I got humor and freedom. My
Relax
easy
and surrender.
Are we ready for affirmations? I hope.
Oh,
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I get the privilege of reading the affirmations that are written by Stephen Anthony for us. And these are the affirmations for the week of December 18, 2022. Please repeat after me. There are no limits to my soul's pursuit of its highest expression.
There are no limits to my soul's pursuit of its highest expression.
I am exactly where and what I need to be.
I'm
Exactly where and what I need to be.
My thoughts and beliefs creatively manifest as joyful experiences.
My thoughts and beliefs creatively manifest as joyful experiences.
I embrace the vision that pulls me forward.
I embrace the vision that pulls me forward.
My presence in life uplifts and brings light to all those around me.
My
Presence in life uplifts and brings light to all those around me.
I consciously see the blessings and beauty in all experiences.
I consciously see the blessings and beauty in all experiences.
And together we say,
And so it is.
Today's reading is from the book, The Third Appearance, A Crisis of Perception by Walter Starcke. The odd couple of the 21st century is the marriage of science and mysticism. Surprising as it may seem, because of this union, we are now able to finally solve this crisis of perception and close the gap between imagination and fact, or the divine and the human. When I began my conscious spiritual search some 60 years ago, I would never have believed that the day would come when science would accomplish something that organized religions have never been able to achieve. Today, science is proving the existence of what we have commonly thought God to be, not just by theoretical speculation, but also with empirically demonstrable material examples. The fact doesn't make religious input or the mystical experience obsolete. In fact, it does the exact opposite. Science is in the process of breaking down all material substances into what is called a singularity, the single basic substance from which all life evolves. However, it takes mysticism, the experience of spiritual consciousness, to put the pieces back together in a way that will make living in the world like living in paradise. Esoteric science is telling us what material existence is made up of, but it takes esoteric spiritual wisdom to interpret and understand not only what constitutes life, but also how to live it. Science is proving mystical truths at the objective or physical level that we have known subjectively for thousands of years. And in doing so, science is making mysticism the science of intuition, rational, practical, and undeniably necessary. Whether we like it or not, science is driving us toward a material as well as a spiritual singularity, a time when technology and nature will have become one, and life as we currently know it will no longer exist. The singularity where things born of nature and those born of man's runaway intelligence merge is already taking place. And together we say,
So it is.
Thank you, Misty.
thank you, Reverends.
So we're ready for some more music?
Yes,
I
yes,
am.
yes.
All right. Well, the next one is a wonderful song that my sister played all the time. And I think, Reverend Michael, you said you played it all the time on your record player, by Three Dog Night, One. And thank goodness, Reverend Michael, you sent me some beautiful words. So we kind of remixed this. And here it is. One is the holiest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as good as one, but the holiest number is still number one. Love is the hardest experience you'll ever have. Yes, can lighten your load and make you laugh. One is the holiest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as good as one, so don't be blue. It's just so good living in the one to pray. Maybe spend your time making rhymes about the day. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number that I always pray. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number that I always pray. It's just no good living in the one to pray. Maybe spend your time making rhymes about the day. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number where I always pray. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number where I always pray. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number. One is the holiest number where I always pray.
Very good. Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah. It's not the holiest number, it's the holiest number.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, excuse me. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful presentation of that song. And I appreciate you saying yes when I asked you if you
Absolutely.
would do it, because it's kind of cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah. So we're going to take care of our business now, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So creation, easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start with the one, since the song was talking about the one, because in our teaching, our philosophy, one is at the core of that teaching. We believe that there's only one, and within that one, all creation exists. Everything that has been or will be, it all exists in that one, outside of time and space. But in the physical realm, we get to look at it from the oneness. When you're in the oneness, you're living from it, and when you're living from it, you're living in it. And living in the one is how do I say it? Living in the one, I compare it to like my soul, my body to my soul. And so we cannot separate the body and the soul, because it's living in this moment. So when I'm living in this moment, when I'm living in the here and now, I'm living in the physical, simultaneously living in the spiritual. We when we're praying, if we're praying in that awareness that I'm one with something else, the way we do our treatments and our prayer work, the first thing we do is acknowledge that we are one with God. God is everything, and we're one with it. That if you just pray those two things over and over again, that'd be the most powerful thing you could possibly do, because you will sense the oneness. It won't be just like, oh yeah, we're all one. It'll be yes, I am one. And I remember I took this trip to Sedona. I wanted to find out what vortexes were, because I was told there was 7 major ones there, and I really wanted to feel it, because I had no idea what a vortex was until I was talking to this client I had, and he was telling me all about the vortexes in Sedona, and how when you're in them, you feel that oneness. It takes you out of your body, and you have this sensation that you are not your body. And I did experience that. I hiked all 7 vortexes, and some of them were not as strong, and some of them were just amazing. So 1 is the holiest number, and so I'm going to move on to 2. 2 is in the 1. So it's really, there is no 2. So Reverend Valerie and I here, we're in the 1. We look like we're 2, but we're actually just 1, because everything is in the oneness. Everything is in the oneness. And if you can keep yourself connected to that idea, to that belief, then it opens up possibilities that are profound and beyond anything that we could imagine ourselves. Creation takes place in the 1, but in the 2, I compare it to like a computer. The computer language is binary, and that means that it operates on 2 things, and that's 1 and 0. And to me, it kind of feels like what we're talking about in spirituality, in our spiritual world, that we get to create with just 2 things, the 1 and the 0. The 0 is represents no beginnings, no endings, infinite possibilities. So the 0 is the place of nothingness, and we create from that nothingness. That's the creative process. with our word, we create whatever it is we want in our life using our word. And the word I compare it to the zero, because from nothing, we speak our word into it, and it becomes something. Nothing is using our word becomes something. Nothing using our word becomes something, because we're in that infinite possibilities. And so so the Z is our prayers. And because in the binary world, tuning into the one and the zero is what can I say? Is like a switch. There's all this infinite possibility out there, and when you say a prayer, it's like turning on a switch, and the switch opens us to that possibility that we prayed for. Somebody see, am I making any sense?
Yes.
Oh, good. I thought this was so clever when I wrote it, because comparing it to the one and zeros seemed so much like our creative process that I thought I'd just throw it out there and let you deal with it where you want to deal with it. Because that's what I do. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 is everything. It is 3 in 1. 3 in 1. The Holy Trinity. Now the Holy Trinity shows up in almost all religions, which is interesting. I was fascinated how that is true. And because I was raised, I didn't raise, but I became a Catholic when I was very young. And in Catholicism, there's the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And it's like the Father and the Son have this powerful, godlike thing that's worked through the Spirit. I didn't do too good in Catholicism and Catechism, which is showing up right now. But let's look at other religions and how it shows up and what it means.
So I first want to say, as we started looking at this, I just could go on and on and on and on. And actually I did. And the reading got to be pages and pages and pages, because as you go to this religion, it has a 3. If you go to this religion, it has a 3. If you go to this religion, and so we picked some of them. So we're going to start with the spiral of life, which is a deeply mystical symbol of the Trinity dating back to 2500 BCE. The spiral of life symbolizes the physical, mental, and spiritual development of a human life winding its way through the rotating seasons of the years. It's found on many ancient Irish stone carvings. The most famous is on the megalithic passage tomb at Newgrave in Ireland. The spiral of life represents unity of body, mind, and spirit, interplay of birth, growth, and death.
Is that interesting? Body, mind, and spirit. Our trip in our teaching, it's spirit, soul, and body. So, and that's like how many thousand years old?
Really, really long time, because 2500 plus 2220, right? So
That's a long time.
almost 5,000 years.
I saw pictures on the internet. It's just amazing. I never heard of it before, and it exists, and it's very mystical. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. So the Vedas, meaning knowledge, are the oldest texts of Hinduism. They are derived from the ancient Indo-Aryan culture of the Indian subcontinent and began as an oral tradition that was passed down through generations before finally being written in Vedic Sanskrit between 1500 and 500 BCE. And they're a large body of religious texts originating in ancient India. Actually, when I was in ministerial school, this was one of my favorite things to read. I was going through those things and was like, whoa, these things were written so long ago, and they just speak to me so deeply. So the three sacred Vedic energy manifestations are tamas, which is inertia, darkness, and destruction; rajas, preservation, movement, and dynamic; and sattvas, creation, existence, order, and purity.
Yeah. It covers a lot of stuff.
It does. So the next one we're going to mention is Hinduism, which has roots dating back more than 4,000 years. Timurti, the trinity of supreme deity in Hinduism, in which the cosmic functions of creation, maintenance, and destruction are personified as Brahma, the sustenance, the creator of God; Vishnu, the preserver God, and Shiva, the destruction and reproduction of God. Is it Shiva?
Shiva.
I thought so. It's Shiva, the destruction and reproduction of God. Yet all three are ultimately Brahman.
And two of those that you've already read talk about destruction. And it's interesting because we may think of destruction negatively, but everything has its time. A starburst and new galaxies are born and new planets, and one of them may be a Earth-like planet, and life like we experience it comes forth. So destruction is an important aspect of us living in this world. For instance, I lose a job, and I think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but then something magnificent takes place. So the destruction, but creation, and I think it's an important thing.
Well, and we just think about it in our daily lives. That's what we're going through right now. And the trees are all empty of leaves, and the ground is all yellow and brown, and our gardens are gone. Mine hasn't been picked up yet, and everything needs to rest between the energy cycles. And so, it really makes sense. And so we do too.
And farmers have a field fallow of the planting other fields, because that everything needs rest.
Ready?
Ready?
The Kabbalah is the mystical tradition in Judaism. Judaism is the world's oldest monotheistic religion, dating back nearly 4,000 years. The triad within the Kabbalah's tree of life is Kither, divine consciousness, the crown; Kokma, the sun, excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, the sun in relation to Kither as father. It is the active male principle of existence rendered as wisdom. And Vida, that which embodies the primal female energies. Under this trinity is the abyss with the rest of manifestation. It is intuitive understanding or contemplation. It is the pure point of light of wisdom.
Like Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Is the male, the female, and the intuition, the spirit. It's interesting, isn't it, that these are all they were manifesting in separate times in the world, and one didn't get it from the other. We just as humans are born into it. I'm thinking how generation after generation, each generation brings something forth that's new and inviting, and and causes change. And in the change, again, something new can be born. Something new is born.
So the last one I'm going to read is Buddhism, but I just wanted to mention that there were many, many, many others as I started researching. So I just found it so interesting to know that each different group of people on different places of the planet at different times all had the same realization of the Trinity. So Buddhism originated 2,500 years ago in India. Buddha has 3 bodies of enlightenment, the Trikaya, excuse me, or the Trikaya. They are the Dharmakaya, the body of ultimate reality, the Sambhovitaya, the body of joy, and the Nirmakaya, the Buddhist conditioned human body of flesh and blood. This body is the form of the Buddha that appears in the world to teach people the path to liberation. It is the celestial body of the Buddha to which contemplation can ascend.
I'm gonna give you applause for making it through all those words.
Well, I kind of needed to.
Very well done.
You know, one of the things that there are so many things about science of mind that I feel most attracted to, but one of the things in the beginning that I found really, really appealing, and I just love that science of mind recognizes every religion,
Yes.
that there's value in every religion, that there's value, and you see, we might have different ways we celebrate, and we might have different beliefs about exactly how it goes. And when you really get down to the basics of it, we're all one. And so that was one of the things that attracted me the most, was that oneness, that we recognize that there's no separation. Whether we call ourselves this religion or that religion or another religion, or the ceremonies that we do or the ways we show up are all different and wonderful. And I'm just so, it's just so rich to me that we embrace all of it and say yes. We don't say, no, not that. Oops, excuse me. We don't say, no, not that. We say yes to all of it. And I just think that's wondrous.
Yeah. That in the song that Arvin Salad did, I put no is the hardest number to ever do, because it's hard to say no to somebody when you know they want you to say yes, and no can negate something in your own life that you wanted, and life has just said no to it. So no is the hardest number that you ever do. Oh, I just thought it would be good to bring forth these different trinities that are in the different spiritual teachings, because I think it's important for us as human beings to recognize the value that other religions bring into the world. Now, you may say, well, there's those far right-minded people that are right. What is it called?
Right wing?
The religions, the ones that are really far right,
Anyway, fundamentals.
fundamentalists, whatever. They, looking at it in a positive way, they bring into sight, into our sight, into our awareness of what we need to grow, where we need to grow as a human species. Because in oneness, there is no separation. There's only the one. So in the bigger picture, all the religions have to fit into the one, and they're all going to be okay. And that doesn't mean that someday some of them will be destroyed, because that's the way the universe works. But for us as humans, we look at what a religion, how religion can spread hate against Job, and help me with this,
LGBTQ.
yeah, hate towards him, hate towards other religions. But they are here to reveal that to us so we can grow past it, so we can lift those that are still playing in that hatred and that negative way of being. We can be the place for them to be uplifted. And that's our work. So everything is important in this reality we call humanity, in this reality we call living in the physical realm. Everything can be dealt with, because what we're here to do is grow and all experience this oneness all the time. That we won't see separation. Won't be us and them. It'll just be us. And so I think it's important to see that at the base of all these religions, this is one thing happening. We had talked a while back about doing to others as they will do unto you.
As you would have them do unto you.
Yeah, that shows up in all religions too. And I'm sure there's a lot other things that we can say is the same in a mystical way.
We made a list at one point. I don't know where it is right now, but we also even did a presentation at Rotary in Fresno about how do unto others as you would have them do unto you is in Buddhism, how it is in Hinduism, how it is. So when you boil things down into its essence, we're all here to love and to learn and to grow and to be one. And I was thinking while Marv and Salo were singing that song that if we're all one, then when I hold hate in my heart because someone else is different from me, I'm holding that hate for myself.
Mhm.
And so it's really important for us to get, we don't have to agree with people, but we do need to stay in that place of love. We need to stay in that place of love, not just for them, but for ourselves, because we damage ourselves when we go to that place of hate and of not accepting somebody else. And so I just think this is a really good reminder to remember that the reading talks about how it's all one thing, guys. The molecules, and he goes into, the really some scientific stuff about that. And I love to get into that stuff. And we come down to, it's all one thing. I saw an article that I read the news from Google every day, and I saw an article about science is showing that there's only one thing. And I can't remember, but it was a really interesting article, and it's hard for me to remember scientific facts. But if we just boil it down to whatever we're looking at, we're looking with. So we're all one thing. We look like we're all separate things. We look like there are all separate things going on. And the truth is, we're all one.
Mm-hmm. I had a lot of things I was going to say in that course, but they all went away.
Oh, because I was talking?
Oh, yeah.
Is that when they went away? Sorry.
No, it's because my retention is like 2 seconds and then it's gone. What's going on?
Where?
Anthony. Thank you. What was it? I guess we're finished. And the beat is up, folks.
So we pray.
Yes.
I just invite you to take a deep breath. As we are aware that there is only one power, one presence, one life, one infinite intelligence that is eternal and changeless and always creating more of itself. It is all that there is. It is everything we can see, everything we can touch, everything we can taste, everything we can sense. And more than that, it is all of those magnificent images coming to us from the James Webb camera. We're one with that.
Mhm.
All of that amazing oneness, and clear out far beyond that. And clear down into the smallest, tiniest cell. We're one with that. And beyond the spectrum of light that the human eye can see, there's much, much more going on. And we're one with that.
Mhm.
We're one with all that is, one with everything. One. So I know that as I recognize that I am one with God, and each one of us, each one of you, each one of us, everyone, everywhere is one. I just take this time to know for each of us love and peace and truth and harmony and joy and abundance and compassion and patience and wonder and love and peace. And I just know for each of us that we have love in our lives and safety and enough shelter and enough food and enough safety. And I surround that knowing across the planet where people are having different experiences, and we just know for them this oneness and this wholeness and this love. And an absolute gratitude for knowing that this is the truth, for knowing this is already done in the mind of God, for knowing all I need to do is let it go. I'll release this word to Reverend Michael.
Thank you. God is so good. There's not a time when God is not good. For God is goodness. God is grace. God is the very breath I'm breathing. I have not to think about it, for it's always present. And it's allness. It's isness. It's everythingness. God revealing itself through me, as me, for me, and around me. This is true for each and every person within the realm of my voice right now. And so I declare for this day perfection. The perfection that each of us is created for is the perfection that reveals this day's miracles, this day's truths, this day's ahas for each and every one of us. I declare that in the law, no, you cannot come back for it. I declare for each and every person listening to me that if there's something in your body temple that's bringing a challenge, we together say, get thee behind me. This challenge is not real, and I don't accept it any further. I accept perfect, complete healing in my body temple. And if there's somebody out there having financial problems, it's just temporary. It's not reality. Reality is you're abundantly supplied. So tell that challenge to get thee behind me. I have no need for you any longer. And if you're having problems with an individual and you're having trouble seeing the Christ within them, know that you can love them but you don't have to like what they're going through. So say, get thee behind me, that which I don't like, and come forth the goodness of this individual. And so I know that this word is spoken into a law that cannot resist, but training what is ever spoken into it. I give thanks for that. I give thanks for my own knowing that God is, I am, we are, and that's all that is. And with a heart full of joy and appreciation, I now release this word into the law, into the love, by all of us singing together. And so it is. I say,
Amen. Aho. Amen. And woohoo!
so bring forth love and sorrow.
Wow.
Oh,
Aho. Aho. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We look forward to one more song after we do some business. And we'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
right
for sure.
back. Okay. So, you're probably looking at a basket right now. if you're looking at the screen. And what you're seeing is a symbol of prosperity and abundance. And it's a symbol of opening up to receiving, which our spiritual center is doing right now. We're opening up to receiving any gifts that you may want to give to us to help us to sustain us and help us be maintained. And knowing that this work that we're doing is of a heightened importance, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. All over the world, not just the Ukraine, but parts of Africa. And we're moving towards that oneness. And that's what our spiritual teaching wants to be part of, growing and expanding, bringing peace to where there's conflict, bringing abundance where there's prosperity. And what I know is, as you give to us, you're opening, you're participating in that opening where we can live in a world that works for everybody. So send whatever you can, and know that you appreciate it, and we thank God for you. So point your energy towards the basket and repeat after me. I give thanks in this moment of giving.
I give thanks in this moment of giving.
I open up to the goodness that my gift does.
I open up to the goodness that my gift does,
Knowing that it cannot be stopped,
knowing that it cannot be stopped,
that it is constantly evolving.
that it is constantly evolving.
I give freely from my heart,
I give freely from my heart,
and I simply let it be.
and I simply let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
We got a little signal
I
there.
do. And you can also go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org. And there are several ways to give out there.
Is that it?
I think it is it?
Okay. Well, let's bring Barbie sound back.
Let's do that.
And here we are. Oh, full of awesomeness today.
Yes.
And, and it's just, here's a song. It's already done. Everything is just easy. It's, all you got to do is ask, put that intention, and it's already done. Here's the title track from our CD, It's Already Done, from Barb and Solo. And here we go. Knowing and believing are sometimes galaxies apart. Finding the strength that is in me often is an art. And when it's already done, it's already done. It's already done. It's already Oh. Well, that was fun.
When my daughter was about 5 years old, she was living in San Francisco, I was living in LA, but when she came to visit me, she did this picture. No, she mailed it to me, and she wrote something, and at the end, she goes, "I love you and I like you too." And that was from a 5-year-old. And profound. It's profound because
Yes.
we can love somebody, but we don't have to like what they do or how they're acting out. And that's an important lesson for us all, I think.
It
He
is.
still signs every card that way.
Yes, it does. I made a big deal over it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about next week?
Oh, yes. We're going to be recording the service for Sunday service because Christmas falls on Sunday, and we all want to enjoy Christmas, so we're going to record the service. So there won't be a Zoom, and it'll be a different kind of service. We're going to be telling a couple of stories and talking about it. And so tune in and enjoy the service on us, and we'll be back to life the following week.
Well, and so that means that, like every week when it's recorded, it's available like forever out there. And so you can watch it at our normal time of 10:30 or any time that works for you on Christmas Day or after.
Yeah. But, it's recorded.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh,
Are you bringing Daisy?
No, it's not our dog.
Which Daisy?
Thank you, Anthony, once again, for serving us in this way. Thank you, Ernestine.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Sure.
I really appreciate the part of the service today that talked about when you are harboring hate in your heart for someone or some group or something or other, that you are really harming and hating yourself. And I don't want to do that. And but there are, the big but, right? But there are people that I'm very, very angry with. And I think today's service really helped me let go of that anger and remind me that I don't have to like them. I simply have
Right.
to love them. And so thank you for that Christmas gift.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. Do you want to say something?
Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, and it's all about the light,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? At this time of year, and we're almost to the solstice. So light a candle, light her up.
Who's that comedian that wrote a song about Hanukkah?
Oh, Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that song?
I do not.
We know
But
that.
I know of it.
Right. Well, we do know that one song.
It's
Like
hilarious.
Candle.
Yeah.
We know like.
But we have another Hanukkah song.
Yeah, we have another Hanukkah song that we know.
Dreidel,
We'll
dreidel,
probably
dreidel.
play for Christmas.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
No, it was Light One Candle by Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Oh,
Well,
that's a Hanukkah song?
Yeah.
so we should carry this forward into our Zoom meeting. And thank you. Anthony's going to be with us again to record the service, and we just are so grateful that you've been available all month to be present for us, because we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're sending our love to Greg and Sheila. And
Yeah. Anthony was our first gift
was.
to be able to do it this way. I'll never forget you sitting down next to us and I got this idea on for small churches. Like, we're a small
You're
church.
looking for us.
It's wonderful.
Yes. Okay. Well, so join us on Zoom and we'll continue this conversation.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't, we're really glad you're with us. If you're watching it later, we're really glad you're with us. And wonderful and blessed Christmas
And happy Hanukkah.
and happy Hanukkah.
Yes, for sure.
So join us on Zoom.
Yes.
And if you don't catch it here, it's on our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and it's on the calendar, and the Zoom link is always there.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Okay.
Hasta la vista.